Hey everyone, welcome to Simble Things, a channel where we talk about living with C-PTSD, mental health issues and everything that goes along with that. So today's episode, I want to talk about where do you start? Because it's super confusing, when you realize that, you know you have C-PTSD, you have to try and heal, you have a host of issues there you have to tackle, where do you start? What do you do? How do you work that out? Like many of these videos and many things with mental health issues, there's no single answer. There's no easy way to just go, oh, you just go through this step and then you just go through this step. You would have to feel it out and you have to break things down in ways that make sense to you. So with kind of issues with anxiety and stuff like that, you need to break it down into the different sides of it, I guess. You could think about, what are your kind of triggers for anxiety, and then when you think about those, you could think about the different ways you could tackle each of those. Maybe they could be split up or even grouped up into certain things where, there's certain themes. Rather than being able to tell you, oh, this is exactly where you start, what I can say is, you need to start with what you can see clearest, what you can break down in the most simple ways, and because it has to be kind of simple little steps, little things that are feasible and possible in your life. You can't progress unless you've got some kind of clear idea of where you're going. So I guess that's another way to work out, where to start, where to go next, is try and envision one thing being better. And maybe you could think of what is one of the issues that makes things the worst for you. And then you could think about that issues, and then maybe you break it down using the 5 whys, which I'll put the video up there. We talked about a short while ago. But yeah, using the 5 whys, you could think about one of, or some of the biggest issues you have, then break it down using the 5 whys, and then from there, you could start to think about, okay, what's the most feasible thing for me to tackle right now? What makes sense for me? What should I what can I most directly work on? Where is my effort going to make sense? And yeah, and it might work out that you might be working on several things at once. It might work out better for you if you just have one very clear idea of one thing and you just try and reinforce that day by day. You have to find out what works for you. Yeah, I know, that's a bit of rubbish advice, isn't it? It's hard to be more specific when the issues are going to be so wide-ranging and so diverse. I guess that's probably the reasons why you don't get many people with C-PTSD that do talk about their journey and their healing, because it's very difficult to do. It's super, super difficult to do. So I'm sorry there's nothing more specific I can talk about. I think the best advice is going to be just try and break things down as simply as possible using the 5 whys, and then group some of these things together if there's any themes. And you can, from there, when you do these kind of exercises, you can find patterns. And don't be afraid to write things down on post-it notes or just bits of paper, make a mind map or something like that. Draw some stuff that might help you sort it out in your head, kind of get more of an order on things. But it's just going to be a case of having to feel it out. happy to answer any questions in the comments as always. Like, good luck. You know, we talk about like taking things step by step, but you know, doing those little things, those little changes every day. But when you don't know what those changes are even supposed to be, like, what do you do then? Also, one of the things that I haven't talked about in this, that, you know, if you've got some kind of therapist, then you can talk to them and they should have some kind of action plan of things to work on and how you're going to work on them. But yeah, if you don't have a therapist, then maybe try and get one. If for some reason you can't, then you need to take some extra time for yourself and center and really try and work through in a kind and ordered way, kind of meditate on some of your issues and what you think are the most feasible ways to start working through them step by step, and you know, try and break those things down. So I know that's been a meandering video. The nature of things, I guess. That's going to be it for today. I hope you've got something from this video. I know it's a difficult subject, but yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions you might have in the comments below. And so I will have a link to the C-PTSD Foundation in the description below. And until next time, catch you later. Peace.